In a city where television feeds on violence and desire, one man stumbles onto a broadcast unlike anything else. This is Videodrome, a story of obsession, hallucination, and control. It all begins with Max Renn, who owns an adult film production company. But for now, he's tired, restless, and always hunting for the next shocking thing to put on his TV channel. His station is small. It only survives because he shows the kind of stuff other people are too afraid to air. That weird, dangerous stuff. But Max isn't satisfied. He wants more. He wants different. Something that will set him apart from everyone else. One morning, Max meets some Japanese people and goes through their adult movie tapes. But he doesn't find anything interesting. Their movies don't impress him. In his eyes, they're too soft and too boring. So Max says no. He wants hardcore stuff, scarier, more real. Max turns to his secret weapon, his tech guy, Harlan. Harlan is the kind of guy who spends nights scanning the airwaves, looking for strange, forbidden broadcasts. And this time, he's found something unusual. Harlan explains that he picked up some strange, unknown signals while scanning, and they seem to be coming from Malaysia. But the recording didn't last long, because his machine could only hold the signal for about 53 seconds before it broke up. That's all he managed to capture. Max takes a look at the footage, and it literally doesn't look like a movie. There's no plot, sets, or actors. Just a bare room where women are chained, beaten, and tortured, which, basically, grows his curiosity. But is it real or is it fake? If it is, what darker paths await Max? It looks too real to be staged, and that thought excites him. Max doesn't dismiss it. He starts thinking about how it might work on his channel. If he can get this, his ratings will skyrocket. Soon, Max gets invited onto a morning talk show, The Rena King Show. He sits beside two guests. First, Professor Brian Oblivion, a mysterious man who never appears in person, only on TV screens. Second, Nikki Brand, a sharp, bold radio host. Rena, the host, grills Max. She says violent programming is dangerous for people's minds. Max fights back, saying he only gives the audience what they want. Violence is better on TV than on the streets. But while everyone argues, Max is distracted. He's looking at Nikki. He's spellbound and just showing interest in her. Nikki is fiery, fearless, and something about her pulls him in. On the other hand, when Rena asks Professor Oblivion the same tough question, he doesn't answer her at all. Instead, he drifts into a completely different topic. It feels strange, almost like he's ignoring her on purpose. After the interview, Max meets with Harlan once again. Harlan tells him the broadcast program has a name, Videodrome, and it's not from Malaysia at all. The signal is actually coming out of Pittsburgh, America. The footage is disturbing. Women aren't just tortured, they're killed. However, Max still tries to believe it's only acting, but the images stick in his mind. Later, Max shows up at the studio, where Nikki's live on air. After her show ends, he picks her up and takes her home. At his place, Nikki spots the Videodrome tape. Max expects her to be shocked, even afraid. Instead, she leans in, watching the gruesome footage without a trace of hesitation. Max can't believe it. She asks him to hurt her, so he takes a needle, presses it to her ear, and to his surprise, she enjoys it. This side of Nikki is wild. Max has never seen anyone like her. The next day, Max goes to his office and meets Masha, an old friend who runs an adult tape company like him. He tells her about the broadcast and asks if she knows anything about it. Masha denies it and warns him that it isn't fake, that people are really dying, and he should stay away from it. Max brushes it off. He wants proof. Now, at night, Nikki tells Max she's leaving for Pittsburgh. It makes him joke about if she's going to audition for Videodrome, and Nikki doesn't deny that. Max laughs nervously, but she's dead serious. She even burns her own skin with a cigarette to show him. It's clear that pain excites her. Max knows he can't stop her anymore, yet he can't shake off that nagging sense of excited worry. The following day, Masha calls Max again. She warns him once more about the dangers, but he isn't ready to listen. She insists that if he really wants answers, he should go find Professor Oblivion. So Max goes looking. He ends up at a homeless shelter run by Oblivion's daughter, Bianca, but she explains her father doesn't meet people in person. He only speaks through videotaped messages. Back home, Max can't stop thinking. He's worried about Nikki. Then Bridie shows up at his apartment, bringing the tapes Bianca mentioned. While there, she notices the Videodrome tape. Max, already stressed, lashes out and slaps her. But when he apologizes, Bridie insists he never touched her. That's when Max realizes he's starting to hallucinate. Max takes the tapes from Bridie. After she leaves, he notices the tape seeming to move, almost like it's breathing. For a moment, he panics, but then he shakes it off and carefully puts the tape into the player. On the screen, Oblivion explains something terrifying. He says he has a brain tumor caused by watching Videodrome. The signal changes the brain, making people see things that aren't there. And then the tape gets darker. A masked woman appears. She strangles Oblivion on screen. When she takes off the mask, it's Nikki. She whispers for him to come to her, asking to kiss her. So what does Max do? He kisses the TV screen, literally, lips pressed against glass. Imagine being so drawn in, you're making out with a Panasonic. From this point, everything spirals. Max tells Bianca about his hallucinations, but she drops the truth that her father's already dead. He's been dead for 11 years. All those tapes are the only way he still lives. She gives Max more recordings, where Oblivion explains how Videodrome actually works. The signal grows a new organ inside the brain. It rewires people, makes them lose their grip on reality. Slowly, things get even worse. Max suddenly feels a hole open in his stomach, like he could hide a gun inside. The sensation disappears quickly, but it shakes him. Almost immediately, he gets a call from Barry, who tells him to meet. Barry hands Max a strange device, something that can capture his hallucinations. During that, Max starts hallucinating again, where Nikki appears before him. The visions overwhelm him, and he wakes up in his bedroom. He sees Masha's dead body lying next to him. Horrified, he calls Harlan to check, but Harlan says there's no corpse. It means it's another hallucination. The next day, Max meets Harlan to confirm why he isn't seeing any hallucinations, and Harlan reveals that he never watched the Videodrome tape and never received any signal at all. Max starts piecing things together. When Barry appears, it clicks him. Harlan has been working with Barry, and it was their plan to take over Max's company. Together, they trapped Max, pushing a cassette into a strange hole in his stomach. From here, Max is brainwashed, programmed to obey. Barry and Harlan use him to commit violent acts, like hurting his co-workers, even Bianca. But Bianca protects herself, and in the process, takes control of Max's mind. She directs him to eliminate Harlan and Barry, which he does, finishing them without any mercy. But the crazy is not over. Max runs away, hiding in an old ship at the harbor. He's alone. His mind is breaking. Reality feels like a dream. And then Nikki appears once more, this time on a TV screen. She tells Max the truth. Even if he killed their bodies, the Videodrome still lives. She explains what he has to do. To be free, he must leave the old flesh. She plays a vision of himself raising a gun and pulling the trigger. The television shatters with a shot. In reality, Max mirrors the image, pressing the gun to his head. He pulls the trigger, and the film ends there. To be honest, Videodrome haunted me and remains a haunting vision of obsession with the very things we should stay away from. Over the years, many scenes were cut due to explicit censorship. One of the most disturbing, found only in early drafts, showed Max and Nikki sharing a kiss that literally melts their faces together, their fused forms crawling across the floor. This sequence was never filmed, but it was intended to pique interest as part of their grotesque intimacy, a lost masterpiece of body horror we never got to see. So, what is the message of Videodrome? Well, in my humble opinion, it centers on the phrase credited to Professor Oblivion. The television screen has become the retina of the mind's eye. Quite prophetic for a film that's now over 40 years old. Think it over. I dare you. I wonder, if the deleted scenes from Videodrome ever surfaced, would you want to see them? If you enjoyed this madness, check out Bloody Hell. It's chaos with a wink.